na dodgefo abosemi de to so aduonu nso e wa fempimienu ni aduonu nan mu memo bibiara ache ne mama makwa abakese de aba Fast TV so emra so se nsem ayensa kan e wo man Ghana ne amahodo so ne edika editi osemufu aso ne so ekuchi egu krata so ne ba bekenken amamo e wo kase ebo kwan so ensema me de ba besoma no peido so bebre ne edi makuti ni bini eye Ghana mampenya be de ehwe Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia edi nsem bi aba to abontene Bejina we sini akopie mu ewo movement for change for akache ho na panyini kofa ba yoda dunyafo alankadwo chirematen enso akasa we ya ne nsema wudu opie kan ne bekenken amamo ewo simedua santem me amache peni edi anofa akase we bra besom mu median akonoba now set na mefa kase bonu nchiemu ensomo Ghana mampenya bedi etwe Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia onukro ya anese kra franka ediama NPP amanyuku no nene wa kasa ne nsemo okanyina niam ahodo oman Ghana ne mfaso a yebenya no se ba no abafu numaso a se abafu numa omobo omhomodin bia so de be ma oman Ghana mwase ni mfaso pa yebenya frisi no de nsemo enyina ato abontene bra omodan 3 African Summit dwumedie no edi
under the leadership of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has paid special attention to digitalization. This has been actively supported by various government institutions and regulators as part of the broader Ghana digitalization agenda to advance digital transformation. It is no coincidence that this upcoming summit has been dubbed 3I Africa Summit. That's innovation, investment, and impact. This has been the backdrop of our digitalization journey to harness the full potential of technology. I therefore urge all stakeholders to come on board to support and participate in the upcoming 3I Africa Summit to make it a memorable one while achieving its
Adishima mba mekoso akinkan kase ebo no edi amamu na Ghana mampanyi dada onukro ya ni kra franka de ama NDC amanyuku no eyonmunyamfo John Dramani Mahama ne wakwa akopie mu ewo Savannah region yeda mango ehwo eno wo kasa se eye 6 new regions asese mpanifo hwe ede baaye no kamia yesa abanya watisu yi eyinani ede amom se mpuntunwuma ebekoso ho no mkra de sebio eya agrobi esa nsemra no wo power no wo ye nsuo dwumade bi ewo da mango nanso ebra NDC amanyuku no elusi ya baaye to ye no enya de MPP amanyuku no tumi ato nti woka esinfisese nyankopon ya adom na December 7th NDC amanyuku no sent me phone to mapa edifrade a obehye na 6 regions a aba yede aba be ka 10 no amna ye 16 no obeboa ma mpuntunyuma akoni nyina so.
Left office, we took a loan agreement to Parliament to create a water supply project for Damango. Our friends opposite opposed it and said that they will be coming into government. They are sure they will win the election, and that when they win, they will come and do the water project. For 8 years now, the people of Damango are thirsty. You don't have water to drink. What amount of money is better than having your own water supply system that will make sure that you get good water to drink? If you go to the hospital today, the majority of cases are typhoid cases, and that is because of polluted water. If not for Galus, who's brought a water tanker, and is supplying clean drinking water from place to place, most of us would have been in hospital today. It is easy to create a region, but the region must have certain things to be called a region. The 6 regions that were created, they were created just in name. But the things that should go so that when you enter the region, you know this is a region, are still not there. And I can assure you that not only for Savannah region, but for all the 6 newly created regions, if NDC comes into power, the things that you need to be called regions, we will make sure that we provide.
Additional environmental so I can kasi abono edi amam na penny kofa by edima movement for change you munyam for alan kojetwe matin eni wakasa ne nsem o kanyina ne se senyankopon ya adom no man Ghana yensu yenye ni mugidie ne eto abama ne so no emra meye mampanyi a obehwe na tema port as say ukoyi niema wo honom na ada ne sikatua bebrebe no obema bibia aye free wo honom se wo kra niema efra ma hodo so se wo de niema efra o man Ghana mu asedi amani obi ewu o man foforo so obebo mani nyina aye free.
Yeah, it will become a free port. You be creating a free port enclave. What time I say? Just Africa ha ana we are seeing no man do na Africa no. On be person omode wo cargo e be fa say na me say a free port. So say nyina na ekwa ye say ekwa Dubai. E bi say ekwa Singapore. E lo bi kra ye kan identity. E bi say a free port. I know I am one of the commitments me my say we do Oman anymore. You be create a free port enclave at Watama. Na no na ebema shipping lines no do na e di Omani bechre Tema port. Na no so basa so Tema will become a renewed and a revamped city. Na Shaman so ayegina so bibia ebe ye Watama no so many say omo de omo ni omo kabom no omo ye. Enti media de make catch Ghana for an say you see a chance mbui there is hope na say nipa dodo na tie normal make na omehu say there is life beyond NDC and the MPP say NDC ni MPP so hwa de omeya no maye utie nsema omo kan nyina ade foforo bia ni wa both NDC ni MPP omo kan ho asem enti mo peja Alan ani afafranto na ye de nsisan sonko e baba Ghana
Aduma enne na Ghana mampanyi na adodanko akufuado ebekwa akopie mu e ma shebe de fia kwa kenkan sese o man Ghana bebia yete bia adu eye state of the nation address neno na nam so amagana adehyo mu asante mantem titiri enu kumase edwadifo abekasa omo nsem omo kanyina ye eniema sese omo hwe ni mu se Ghana mampanyi na adodanko akufuado ebekwa akokan e o ma shebe de fia
of the nation address in there on say president bia be dia akunya so a idea e ka nhihye no say o say oye de o waye eni de o man na ba bedru ne mpempon so and o say de tudwame nyina yehu anka me de me expect ni say nka de mpesen ko ka mu bia on say o say o ba be free so eni la say because nka o ma yehu time a o be fa o man no say de na o man ni sitie na sisi a no man na kudu angwa tunbo asa chichiri mu na afi de atunsani ni ehu sampa obefa o man na edadich isi wa pija de atokoko so de obeba no so abeto aso ni ehu senso no man ni gina ye no obesa sinkena na me ehu na afi kwachin bi o bia na yasa de ayede ato aso ama no hwe nim kwanse omampani akufuado beka ho asem ene se complaints adoso adwadifo osun school osun said omani moye de nti o maye hu di nti amana basa ne nia o ya beboa ma ye ntimamfo ne so ye ho atoye enkoye na ada ne kasa be ma ye ni agekeke ne mo me hu no kre no said o man Ghana esiko
mezusu se mekoso akenkan kase bono edi amamu na Ghana mampanyi dada eyonmunyamfo John Dramani Mahama no kroya ene kra franka de ama NDC amanyoko ni ne wakwa akopie mu e wa hafumantem ye kra fra ne sento trosu ehonom enwo kwa akukasa edi ato adehye wo honum nyina anim se o man Ghana sesei enyemama yadin yiye pa ewo hanum se nyame ya adom na afie wieye ye December 7 sese ye kwa akoto aba ye nhwe tibia ye wom ne niema sesei niema ho hia ye ne ehweso mfanso aba na se ya anya ne sa ne yekoye se party we anase me wo party e nti se wo mo akora meto aba na nya de o man Ghana yebetumi etumponda.
The year 2000, I'm the Minister of Communications. In Temena, I'm NDC Communications or so. And so, on my penny for or the assembly to be actually a unify and some Nano kind say, they were sitting them NATO Abapa. The Asama Midbe no. What am I sitting them Namonto Abapa? Ben, now what you aban say the 150 million cedis ABC potholes I walk Ghana ha nyinaa na meti ye mesre ebi say wo hwe say nya yakwan aseye siafa 150 million Ghana nyinaa say wo de be potholes mesro Omanpenyi Akufo-Addo ene o driver mate Baumia Sikanusa enson amanone cocoa price no apeja for $5,000 and so hwe nya yekuafo no aban epia omo na enso eni kra enti na yekuafo no bebre ejai omo afuo ama galantefo say efuo no etu sikakoko ewo so 2021 ye Tano bridge ya wo hai omo bebubu no ese omo besi no foforo me kai omo say bridge no
Adishimamba mekoso akenkan kasebo no ediamamna State of the Nation address ha ene Ghana mampanyina na adodanko Akufo-Addo beko akopie mu a mahwebedwafie no akodi nkomo afasese o my Ghana yatibie mu nsem no na adehye o mo nkranfumfuni mantamu enso akire o madwen de afa ho niema o mu hia se Ghana mampanyina na adodanko Akufo-Addo eka
Kakoma prison ya wo prison almost 10,000 omugu omunya je omunya hwe anso so si ya twa o maso aso be na ya twa o maso awo say ya afom na afom no emwa Ghana man mu because ye wa afom a me no ye nkop obi ho nkodi ska ye wo mu ye wo bayere ye wo abro bibia ye wo bi that mpanyifo no ba obi ani ho na adwene ko sa area ho obi ani ho na buzia na nka yes ade no eno no so jaye pese se na afiriso ye ba na yiska na de koma presence ade cha na Akufo-Addo lodis e dem potipa na enye firi omu ane mu bi omu na nko mu pie kwa because ye nyo faso bi am firi omu so ye boka e wo mu so nti ye sere mampanyini se mu mama ni nkosa area ho.
When you go to Cote d'Ivoire, we have this price control. You get it. System no, we are not having price control. So I prefer say the government will set something like that. We have to have a price control. Everywhere you go, if the thing is 5 cedis, we all buy it 5 cedis. For that one, you see that the economy will be stabilized.
Okay, say free access. All the buy na aboa. And one sound okay. There be a politics ya. By how I woman so do so. And no nanga so me the mo dress e how wona e woman.
Me man pani. The best say yen youth no say ye ne do so pa enyuman ye bre enyuman ni wo ye bre papa
Me ye driver ni but me check me kokwan so ba de ese me nya no me nya enti se oba o ma fuel no ye den enko fom kakra na ye ho hia kakra na akuya yo so de ya de bi pa ya kama enti se oba o ma ne ye den enko sa de
Aba e dia ba fast news so emraso say ama hojo so nsama yensa ka aboabo no me de ebesom na enrada ana World Trade Organization e de wonhyem mo eta so dumiensa ahyehye so e wa United Arab Emirates na nhyemu no ase ana wakasa e de afa niema a ekoso e wa manyem titiru ene amanaman enchapa.
The World Trade Organization WTO Ministerial Conference kicked off in Abu Dhabi on Monday. The member nations will discuss issues such as banning subsidies contributing to overfishing and digital taxation against the backdrop of instability and the uneven recovery from the pandemic. The outcome of the deliberations of the WTO's topmost decision-making body will be closely watched. The director warned of the daunting task ahead.
Let's not pretend that any of this will be easy. If we thought the world looked tough in mid-2022, when we were slowly emerging from the pandemic and the war in Ukraine had shaken food and energy security, we are in an even tougher place today. Looking around, uncertainty and instability are everywhere. Geopolitical tensions have worsened. Conflict has spread, as we see here in the Middle East, and away from the headlines across parts of Africa and the Arab world. We must not forget the conflict in Sudan, which has displaced close to 8 million people internally and across borders, or the conflict in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo.
The WTO's General Council chairperson emphasized the urgency of the gathering. The director noted the adverse impact of war.
Higher prices for food, energy, fertilizer, and other essentials continue to weigh on people's purchasing power, fueling political frustration. Shipping disruptions in vital waterways like the Red Sea and the Panama Canal are a new source of delays and inflationary pressure, offering a real-time reminder of the risks posed to global trade and output by security problems and the climate crisis.
The biennial meeting will end on February 29th in the United Arab Emirates.
The 6th session of the United Nations Environmental Assembly is taking place in Nairobi this week. The main item on the agenda is how multilateralism can help solve climate change, biodiversity loss, and pollution. The conference starts on Monday and will wrap up on Friday.
If we use too much pollution in our waterways, or if we overfish in our oceans, or if plastics go into the oceans, it need not come from Kenya, but it could wash up on Kenya's shores. The point is, the only way we can solve some of these problems is by talking together. And talking together is what multilateralism is.
The Executive Director of United Nations Environment Programme further explained that the conference was about highlighting incoming dangers to the planet and taking preemptive action.
What we should expect at UNEA 6 is people, decision makers looking into the horizon, being aware of what is it that's coming to us that could potentially damage our planet, and taking preemptive action to prevent this. And the damage that is already here, taking decisions against this damage, and so that we can in fact live on a sustainable and healthy planet.
World leaders and more than 5,000 representatives from government, civil society, and the private sector are expected to attend.
Instructions relate to the previous version, but in this version.
That's why my husband said so. Nigeria, my no and I buy no any penny for Adan Jumedia what to do. Say light up Nigeria, Eddie, our southeast. Now Jumedia na say and penny for the one you munyam. Equatai chino, can be
with over 200 million population, currently generates below 13,000 megawatts, transmit between 67,000 megawatts, and distribute below 5,000 megawatts. At this second launch of Light Up Nigeria for Southeast, Vice President Kasim Shettima identified sustainable power supply as key parameters to growth and economic development.
The Light Up Nigeria project powers the hope of our industries and serves as a long-awaited solution to the power supply deficit that has undermined our economy over the past decades.
This project ensures efficient dispatch of power to the largest consumer by bilateral sales agreements, removing the existing bottlenecks of bulk purchase arrangements through NBEDS.
At the roundtable segment, Minister of Power and Managing Director of Niger Delta Power Holding Company underscored the importance of engaging in public-private investment to revive the country's power sector.
What government is doing, apart from the transmission of the public Nigeria system, that is directly under the custody of the federal government, what we are doing to support another segment is to provide support.
NPSC initiated the Light Up Nigeria project, which aims to provide reliable and affordable electricity supply to industries and homes by utilizing this underutilized generation capacity, establishing trading agreements with bulk purchasers of electricity like industries.
The Light Up Nigeria initiative was designed to improve productivity, enhance local production capacity, especially in the small medium enterprises, and to boost the country's gross domestic product.
So what we can do with the Southeastern Light Up project, which was launched today, is we can start to hope a reduction in the cost of operations and productions for small businesses in the southeastern parts of Nigeria.
There is a commitment from top leadership. He's the one driving it, and we saw that the key stakeholders came out and made critical promises to deliver on the project.
We had about 58 factories around Nnewi. But as I'm talking to you, among those 58 factories, only about 6 are opening their shops today.
The event had contributions from governors of the Southeast, captains of industry, local and foreign investors, with the aim to ensure improved power supply is sustained in the Southeast region.
Ansana media mahodo so nsem ebeba na nuye na mekoso akai ahwefo nyina se Fast TV ejumedia ya to din entertainment factory na ebekoso efiada we ene efiade bia nonum pepepe e wo Fast TV kasa fide so na jumede so na ubehia esigagai ene na bedwafo na twese nsem a ekootwi ekobremen na wode abesom e wo jumede so aha na mede nsem ni na bisini din e de na ne kadanse.
biara se samuji bretchen yen madam nuaba na na ekuada nso ase so ode ama hodo so nsem ebesom ye makoso akai mu se kase ebo no e wo Facebook live Fast TVGH YouTube nse Fast TVGH hwa no comment so like na wa share e dia maye ense me de besom mu e wo simadu asantem ni do so yi yedi makuti ni beni eye panyin kofa bai e de ma movement for change ye on munyamfo ala nkoje hwemate e de nsem bi ebeto abonti ni ejina we so kopie mu when this Yamanyoko neho, and a penny okra franca, the amomo, a munyamfo John Dramani Mahama, and Sakasai. Rayan and small European can you reckon Kaima more Ewokasi or Quine so. Yamaj penny Diano Pacas way soon was so Shiami Abontia, Ediabel born, Mitchmania Josuani, Akonova now sat Macaramo.